Tim Ferris has been called a cross between Jack Welch and a Buddhist monk by the New York Times. He's one of Fast Company's most innovative business people and an early-stage tech investor and advisor in Uber, Facebook, Twitter, Alibaba, and more.
Your limitations are in your mind, and there's no better person than author, entrepreneur, and lifestyle coach Tim Ferris to demonstrate through his own life story. Welcome back to Personify. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe to Personify to learn more about the lives of amazing individuals around the world. Tim Ferris was born in 1977 on Long Island. His parents weren't financially sound, but they didn't cut corners with Tim's education. They bought him books that created in young Tim a love for reading and learning. Being a premature baby, Tim looked tiny for his age and was a frequent butt of jokes by other kids. To boost his confidence, his mother put him in wrestling classes when he was 8. Wrestling meant workouts, nutritional supplements, and diet control. The seed was sown for experiments with lifestyle, which would later make a fortune for Tim. His academic scholarships got him a place in the elite St. Paul's boarding school in New Hampshire. This in turn fetched him an opportunity to participate in a year-long student exchange program in Japan. Tim was 15 when he reached Japan. This was his first foreign trip ever and impacted his formative years. He considers this part of his life to be an awakening to the realization that there was a huge world beyond where he grew up, and it fostered his passion for exploring other cultures. St. Paul's background and Japanese exposure encouraged him to apply for a degree in East Asian Studies at the Ivy League Princeton University. His grades weren't stellar, nor were his SAT scores, but his admission essay got him through. Tim had an enterprising nature. In the Princeton campus, he made some motivational audiobooks and did seminars, but couldn't get much success. Life wasn't all roses for Tim at the college. He went into a depression during his senior years and admittedly suffered bipolar disorder. It was a dark period that pushed him to the brink of suicide. Tim survived the phase and now sees it as the turning point in his life. He took a year off and went to China, where he taught Japanese and did odd jobs before returning to complete his degree. His 128-page graduating thesis was titled Acquisition of Japanese Kanji, Conventional Practice and Mnemonic Supplementation, which he wrote under the supervision of Seiichi Makino. Tim didn't want a career in finance that Princeton graduates traditionally pursued. "I saw my classmates competing because that's what they were good at," he said. "I mean, you take kids who go to a school like Princeton, they're used to competing, and they're used to being number one. So if something seems coveted, they'll compete for it, whether or not they really want that thing." While he was figuring out his calling in life, he worked in sales at a data storage company. He gradually got a handle on his thoughts and saw opportunities in Silicon Valley, where some exciting developments were taking place. He blended his childhood experience of wrestling and nutrition with technology to start an internet-based nutritional supplements business called Brain Quicken in 2001. It was an area he was obsessed with in his own life. Brain Quicken was a real learning-on-the-job MBA, he said, though he was still employed in his prior job when he started the company. Tim was working over 12 hours a day, and within 2 years, his athletic supplement business took off. He started making the kind of money he had never imagined. One of his Princeton professors would later invite Ferris to speak to students about what he learned as an entrepreneur. It culminated in a lecture Ferris cheekily titled Drug Dealing for Fun and Profit. But Tim started realizing that he was not made for such long work hours, and the work was not giving him the fulfillment in life he had always been looking for. He felt burnt out. During the same time in 2004, he faced some personal crisis after the death of a friend and the end of a relationship. A nervous breakdown followed, and he needed healing. He started automating his business and pulling out from everyday work. He then took a break and went to Europe. During his sabbatical, Ferris discovered the ancient Roman philosopher Seneca, whose Stoic ideals have since helped him move through low points. Later, in his 2017 TED Talk, he highlighted Seneca's philosophy: "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." While in Europe, he realized that his business wasn't missing him and actually did well without his micromanaging. His original plan of a month's break eventually extended to 2 years of stay in Europe. He became an advocate of getting maximum out of minimum work. He believed that leisure is wealth. He started compiling all of his personal and professional learnings into lessons about efficiency and planning. These lessons eventually became his career-defining book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Initially, the book had few takers, but Tim's tireless promotional efforts helped build the hype, especially after getting it endorsed by tech influencers like Robert Scoble. Tim's book turned into a bestseller, and he became Silicon Valley's new productivity guru. He was now regularly appearing on stage and in the media. From his nutrition business and the book sales, he amassed millions, which he decided to put into tech startups as an angel investor. Tim became an early-stage investor in companies like Facebook, Twitter, and Uber, which turned out to be revolutionary. The New York Times listed Ferris among their notable angel investors, while CNN said he was one of the planet's leading angel investors in technology. Tim wrote his next book in 2010 named The 4-Hour Body on diet, exercise, sleep, and sexual performance. It debuted at #1 on the New York Times bestseller list. The book established Tim as a human guinea pig who would experiment with diets and workouts on himself before advocating them. This put his health in jeopardy, but he wasn't deterred. The book attracted some controversy for its claims, though. By this time, his nutrition company, Brain Quicken, was known as BodyQuick, which he sold to a London-based private equity firm. Tim was relishing his wealth and limelight from being a highly sought-after speaker and a lifestyle coach, but as always, he didn't want to be boxed in. He had been experimenting and exploring since his childhood, and it didn't take him a second thought to explore a new passion in cooking. In 2012, he wrote his third book, The 4-Hour Chef, in which cooking was used as a metaphor. The book continued Ferris's 4-hour themes of self-improvement, self-actualization, and skills of learning new things through the lens of cooking. He faced a boycott from big publishers for putting the book straight on Amazon, but the book became a #1 Wall Street Journal bestseller. He later wrote several more books. He then started his TV show, The Tim Ferriss Experiment, on HLN. In the show, Tim would invite experts to teach him difficult skills like surfing, car racing, professional poker, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, parkour, and foreign languages. The show didn't last long, but Tim was now a Guinness World Record holder in tango and a Chinese kickboxing champion. Tim was unstoppable. In the same year, he started an audiobook publishing venture. In 2014, he started a casual podcast about careers in craft, which blew up and has been downloaded over 200 million times. Tim Ferriss has moved from Silicon Valley to Austin and has taken a break from angel investing and serial enterprises for a while. His net worth is estimated to be $100 million, a part of which he's investing in his latest fascination, psychedelic research. His wacky methods have attracted criticism from experts who attribute their popularity to Tim's self-promotion and marketing. This, however, doesn't stop Tim from becoming an enormously influential author, angel investor, blogger, public speaker, and lifestyle expert. Millions of fans across the world look up to him for inspiration. Well, that's all about Tim Ferriss. Tell us in the comments, who would you look up to when stuck in a mundane life? Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button and share it with your friends.